Hi guys, welcome. Sandy here, and today I'm facing my quilting fears. Because I'm making one of the hardest quilt blocks I have ever tried. It was in the early stages of my quilting journey, but I was so traumatized by it, I never ever tried it again. I am talking about the Hunter's Star quilt block. Do you know it? Stunning, awesome, lovely, breathtaking, and extremely fussy to make. Well, today I am going to show you the traditional way to do it, unless I still can't do it, in which case I won't. That would be embarrassing. And then, before I'm done, I will show you 2 ways of making this spectacular quilt block that any beginner quilter will be able to make with ease. Because you know how this works, I'm all about ease. And the last one is particularly fun to make, and it is awesome. You know, we will have a blast. So are you ready? Let's do this. And I guess we should start with the traditional way, you know, may as well get it out of the way, right? And if I can't do it, I may as well end this video and go do something else. Wish me luck. Okay, so for this one we'll need 4 10-inch squares. So 2 10-inch squares for the background fabric, and for me that is white, and 2 different colored fabrics that I have picked, this lovely starry yellow and this lovely girly pink. Now, to make this really quick, or maybe I'm just feeling a little bit bold, maybe I shouldn't feel bold, but that's okay, I am just going to cut all 4 squares at once. Famous last words, I know. So first step is cutting it diagonally at a 45-degree angle. You can draw a line if you want, and I think I will, because as you can see, my ruler doesn't go all the way. Second thing you can do to make sure they don't move around as you cut is to pin them in place. Okay, so now we have 2 triangles freshly cut. Okay, so next step is cutting a 2.5-inch strip from the bigger part of the triangle inwards, okay? So we mark 2.5, and now we cut, and then we do the exact same thing in this one, okay? So these are our 4 pieces. The next step is cutting out some diamonds from these center strips. 2.5-inch diamonds to be more precise. So let's see, 1, 2.5. Make sure that the fabric is nice and straight. 1, 2, and can you see, guys, just how stressed I am by this? 45-degree line, check. I usually do things much more confidently. You know, if you've watched my videos, you can probably tell the difference. So 1 diamond, and now we've got another one right here. 2.5 as well. Just cut. And we just leave these sort of trapeze in the middle, okay? Okay, so now we do the same thing to this side. So we have our big triangle, we have our trapeze, we have 2 diamonds, and then another trapeze. Oh, sorry, it's the other way around. It's like this. Yeah, it's like this. Sorry. That's where things start to get iffy. Like this, and this, and this. So these are our pieces, okay? So now we start with our little puzzle. And we are going to split the white fabric, so our background fabric, from the color fabric. Okay, so these are the puzzle pieces we have for our very cute, very colorful quilt block. So now we have our white fabrics and our color fabric. So we're just going to switch the top 2 diamonds around. Let me show you what I mean. So we just go here, and we just go here. And now we sew. See these two pieces right here, okay? We are joining them. And we know they're in the right spot when we have a couple of dog ears sticking out. See this dog ear right here and this one right here, okay? Then when we're pretty sure it's in the middle, we can pin it. Now we are going to sew them, and we are going to use the 1/4 inch foot as usual, okay? Okay, so now that our first batch is sewn, we just cut off our dog ears and we press to the dark side, okay? Always to the dark side. And the reason why we need to have these dog ears out is to account for the 1/4 inch seam, okay? If we were sewing right at the edge, we could line them up. But since we're not, since we're moving a 1/4 inch in, we need those dog ears to make sure these are nice and aligned, okay? Let's press them. Yeah, I know my sewing mat is a bit outdated, and you guys have been talking to me about the wool pad, and I'm really interested in it. So I may be making an upgrade really soon, and that's your fault actually, because it looks just awesome and you've been telling me all good things about it. So far so good. These are nice and aligned. I don't think I got this far when I first tried it, but like I said, I was a real noob back then. I was just starting. I had no idea of how precise I needed to be. I didn't press anything, which, as I have told you many times, is one of the bigger mistakes. So to the dark side. So not pressing after sewing is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because it just changes the whole thing. You know, you can't really say if something was sewn, you know, straight if you don't press it, because without it being pressed, it may look straight when it isn't, it may look wonky when it isn't. So just press it, make it perfect, and then see what you get. Okay, so now we just go again with the remaining diamonds. We are going to do the exact same thing we did before, and we will be right back. Okay guys, so next step here is to sew on our triangles to our trapezes, okay? So this should be pretty straight. Just make sure we don't mix the fabrics in this one. This one should be pretty simple. We do have dog ears for the big triangle on both sides, okay? These dog ears are really important. It means we are exactly where we're supposed to be. So here we go. Okay guys, next step is sewing these into blocks, into squares really. This is what we'll get, then we'll trim of course. This is all over the place right now. Now if we did our job right, the seams should nestle perfectly, and I think these do. So yeah, let's sew all these 4 squares together, and then we will make our puzzle and start having a lot of fun. Because once everything is sewn and cut, I can rest. I have done my job. I don't want to jinx it, but it's going well, guys. It is going really well. I am getting excited. So this is the yellow, and this one is the pink. Okay, so now that all our pieces are sewn, we just press them to the dark side again. We have joined both our triangles. This is now back to a square. And that's why people sometimes struggle to understand what it is that's so much fun about sewing. You know, my mom used to tell me, how do you find the patience to have, you know, fabric, cut it into pieces, and then sew it back together? It just didn't make sense. To me, it's magical. For people who don't like it, it's crazy. So that's exactly what we did. We started off with squares, we cut the squares, we mixed in, we sewed them all back together, and now they're squares again. Well, not exactly squares because we need to trim them. They're all over the place right now, but once we trim them, they will be back to being squares. I think we've done pretty well with these guys. You know, all the seams seem to be pretty straight. Everything seems to be in place. Clearly, I've evolved over the last 10 years. Clearly, you know, my sewing is a little bit better. It would be really shocking if it wasn't. But you know, sometimes you just get that idea around your head that there's a specific thing you can't do, and then it gets really tricky to actually do it. You know, you've done worse things, harder things, but that's the thing that trips you up. So I was afraid that was going to happen, but it didn't, so I'm happy. Okay, these are nice and pressed, and now we need to trim them to like 8.5 inches. Yeah, definitely 8. They're actually quite big, so I don't mind that. So we need to keep the 45-degree angle in line at all times, and we need to start trimming them. So after we cut our first line, now we have a guide. Now, before we sew all of these into place, let's play. You know, I love that bit, right? I'm always surprised by what we come up with when we play with these patchwork squares. There's always a surprise waiting for us. So let's see what we get if we do this. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cute? Now, let's see if we do this. Ooh, that's cute too. I think we made a similar one for the half squares. It just... That's pretty, but that's not what we're here for. We are here to do a hunter's star. So let's make that. And there we have it. Isn't this gorgeous? I have to say, stars... Wait, there's something wrong here. What's going on? Ah, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, there was definitely something kind of weird. Oh, there we go. Perfect. This is so cool. I have to say, you know, quilt blocks, I have made a couple, as you know. Maybe in the hundreds by now, but stars always get me. And I cannot tell you how proud I am to have finally been able to make a hunter star quilt block. I mean, look at this. This looks really complicated, but it wasn't, not really. Okay guys, let's sew our hunter star once and for all, shall we? So we are just going to put this here. These seams should nestle perfectly because of how we pressed them. This is actually the final test to see if what we did so far was well done or a mess. Because now that we get to nestle all these seams, they need to be real crisp. They need to be real perfect, or you'll be able to tell. Doesn't mean you won't get a perfectly lovely quilt block. It just means we need to be crisper with our sewing. So far so good. This is going well. And now for the final one. And here we go, guys. Our first hunter star quilt block is done. So cute, so cute. And by the way, the reason why this is called a hunter star is because of these white hunter's arrows. Do you see? Can you see them? Okay guys, let's try this again, shall we? For this one, we will just need 2 9-inch squares, a white one and a color one. So I've got my squares right here. 9 inches, still pretty big. So we place them right sides together. You know the drill. And what we do is what we always do for half square triangles. We sew all around the 4 sides, and after that, we cut them diagonally. We have done this so many times, I don't think you need to see this, do you? Here we go. Okay, so you know how this works. We just cut them diagonally like so, and that will make our half square triangles. And I really need to get a bigger ruler because this one is clearly too tiny for the size of quilt blocks I've been making lately. Maybe I don't know, this is 12 inch, maybe 24 inch. How big is yours? I bought this because I didn't have a lot of, you know, desk room. But now my desk is bigger and my quilt blocks are bigger and my ruler is still pretty small. Okay, so this gives us these cute 4 half square triangles that we've got right here that we are pressing to the dark side. I kind of feel like I'm on Star Wars every time I say this, so it's pretty cool. Remember, don't stretch your fabric, don't pull it too much because it will twist and it will lose its shape. And that's not what we want, and that will be a trouble all on its own when we are trying to cut a square that's been messed with. That's all wonky. So just don't pull on it, don't try to push it. So now we need to trim these 4 cuties into 6-inch squares, keeping our 45-degree line always in place. We have done this today, so we know what to expect. So we need 6 inches. Yeah, this one is pretty close to that. Open. So we just need to get this lightly. So after this, we just cut each of these into tiny 4 mini half squares. Okay, so let's see. So if this is 6, then we just need to chop it into 3. So 3. And 3. And 3. Okay guys, you know what comes next? Next we play with our puzzle pieces. Let's see what we can do here. So one is here. So, whoops. Still with the dog ears. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Another dog ear right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now comes the fun part. So we do like this and like this, and then we get another one here. Let me see if I can still remember how to do this. I need to create some diamond shaped stuff like this, yeah. And down here it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, that is exactly it. Okay, how's this looking, guys? As you can see, I have a lot of sewing to do, and right now you may not even be seeing the hunter star, but this is one of the points, that is the other. So now I'm just going to sew all these tiny squares together and I'll show you what we get in the end. Okay guys, so this is one of the corners we need to make our hunter star hole. We could have used, different color fabrics, but I decided to keep it nice and simple since we already have so many squares to sew. I decided to keep it pretty simple, and this is what it will look like once we have all the pieces, all the stars, and we make a whole quilt out of it. And here you go, guys, a cute, stunning, striking hunter star quilt log. Did you prefer this method? Does it look more fun than the traditional one? Let me know in a comment below what your favorite version is so far. And here it is, multiplied by loads of them. Okay guys, let's shake things up a bit. We are adding a bit of space to our stars because we're mixing them up with 4 patches. Also, for this particular pattern we'll be doing next, we will need 2 different stars. I truly saved the best one for last because you know how much I love 4 patches, right? So what I'm saying here is this hunter star quilt block pattern is made essentially of 4 patches and half square triangles. I mean, can it get any more perfect than that? I don't see how. Let's do it. For this version we will need 4 10-inch squares of 4 different color fabrics. So this is what I pick: 1 pink, 2 pinks, 1 cute little blue, and a green. And also 4 10-inch squares for the white background fabric that I have right here. Now the first thing we do is we cut each square into 4 5-inch mini squares. I don't know if I'm going to dare to cut them all at once. Shall I? Maybe I will. But I don't know, it's been going on so well, I'd hate to ruin it. Let's see. If I can stack them up, I'll cut them all at once. If I cannot, I'll do the wiser, safer option. Wish me luck, guys. So 5-inch squares. 5-inch. Perfect. And now, I didn't even pin them. I am living dangerously here, guys. I did not pin my squares. This is crazy. So 5-inch again. And now we just make our 4 patch. So we're going to take 2 color squares and 2 white squares, and we're going to sew them together like we've done a trillion times on this channel. We go for a pink and a green. And for the other 2, we'll go for the pink and the blue. And yes, we're doing it in different directions. Okay guys, here are 4 patches, and as you can see, they are mirroring each other. So here's a color, here's a white, white color, color white, color white. And this will make sense in a bit when I explain what's going on here. So we take 1 color fabric and 1 white fabric. We place them on top of each other, and you know what comes next. We sew all 4 sides together. And now comes the diagonal cutting as usual. And that's how we get 4 half square triangles. So now we just press them to the dark side and trim them to 2 3/4, keeping our 45-degree line. So 2 3/4 would be here. That's a lot to trim off, but that's okay. Now we go the other way around. And we trim again. Okay guys, so we are just going to put our half square triangles like so. This one is like this. This one is like this. Okay, so this is what we want our 4 little mini half square triangles to look. And now we just sew the whole thing, okay? Okay guys, so this is what it looks, and we have pressed, and we've already gone ahead and made the same square 3 more times using our 3 different fabrics. And now we are ready to assemble our Hunter's Star quilt block. So essentially this is the tip. So we just go like this, 2 and 3 and 4, and this is it. This is a hunter star quilt block, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And now we just sew it all together and our first star is complete. Be right back. Okay guys, and this is it. Our first hunter star quilt block is complete. And now things get a little bit dicey because we need to make another star just like this one, except it will be in reverse, meaning one will mirror the other, okay? Just like we did our 4-patch. So where we have white, we turn to color, and when we have color, we turn to white. So let me just put this right here and make my first square so you can tell the difference. So here is white, right? So here we got color. This one, white, color, color, white. This one, white, color, color, white, and this one, color, white, and we have white, color. So this is exactly it, the complete opposite of what we did for this one. So these are the squares we made for the first star, and now we are making them completely in reverse, like so. Do you see the difference here? So this is 2, let me put this one aside. This is 3. And this is 4. No, wait. I did something wrong here. Wait, let me. Yeah, this isn't so. Color, 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 white. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the one that's not doing what it should. Oh gosh. So white, color, white, and white. Ah, there we go. Okay guys, see what we did here? The complete opposite. Now let's sew all of this together into a cute little star, and I will be right back. And here we have it guys, our second star, nicely pressed, nicely trimmed, the complete opposite of our first one. Let me just show you so you can take a look at what I mean. So complete opposites, do you see? They're mirroring each other essentially. Maybe like this. They're just mirrors of each other. Okay, let's bring this home guys. Let's add our 4-patch pieces, make our pattern come to life. Ah, it will look so cute. I cannot get over how cute this will look. Okay, so this is what I choose to do. I decided that the 4-patch would have a direct connection with the quilt block that was standing next to it. So this one with the green and this one with the blue, and like this becomes this huge complete quilt block. And it's looking so gorgeous. Can you imagine when this is all played out and you have dozens of these? These are gorgeous. Let's sew. Okay guys, and here we have it. Our huge, well, too huge or I'd make a pillow, you know me. This is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. Now, as you can see, I've made this connection over here. You didn't need to do that. You can make sure none of the same fabrics touch ever. This is usually my rule of thumb, but for this one I decided to make it a little bit different. I am loving this result. I am loving how this turned out, and I think the space, like compared to this one when it's all much tighter, I think the space is much needed. Look at that pattern come to life, guys. Oh. So as you can see, we did this in rows. So first row is 1 star, you know, the star is pointing in one direction. Second row, the star is pointing in the other direction. So that is how you organize your mirrored stars. You put them in rows in the same by the same direction, and you change the direction as you change your row. Okay, so just like so. Look at that, the whole quilt top, stunning. I am definitely definitely making this one soon, very, very soon. You know, now that I'm over my trauma. And if you'd like to see that, if you'd like to watch me do it and do it with me, just let me know and I will do that for you. Guys, thank you for doing this with me, for overcoming years of trauma with me. I hope you had a lot of fun. I know I had a blast. Don't forget to tell me what your favorite pick is, okay? I cannot wait to know. And I will see you really, really, really soon. Bye bye.